Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle a challenge that pretty much every newcomer to Yokohama runs into, figuring out how to sort your garbage.
So if you're new here, you've probably had that moment of panic, right? Staring at your trash, wondering what in the world goes where. It can feel like there are a million categories and rules. But trust me, we're going to break it all down and make it super simple. Yeah, you see a poster like this for the first time and it can be a lot. All those colors, categories, and different days of the week. It looks pretty intimidating. But honestly, once you get the hang of it, the system is actually really logical. So here's what we're going to do. We'll walk through it all step by step. We'll start with why things are the way they are, then jump into your weekly routine. After that, we'll cover those tricky special items and the big stuff, oversized trash. By the end, you'll be sorting like you've lived here your whole life. All right, let's dive right in. So, what's the big idea behind all of this sorting? Why is it so specific here? The main thing to remember is this. The whole system really hinges on what you do right in your own home. Think about it. In a huge, packed city like Yokohama, carefully separating everything is the only way large-scale recycling can work. It's how we keep landfill waste down to a bare minimum. Okay, so with that in mind, let's get into the practical stuff. The day-to-day categories you're going to see all the time. This is the part that's going to become your new weekly routine.
First up, burnable garbage. This is your most frequent one. It gets picked up twice a week. So, what exactly goes in this bag?
Okay, so think kitchen scraps, veggie peels, leftovers. Also, small bits of paper that are dirty, like used tissues. And then other stuff that just can't be recycled, like diapers or that old pair of leather shoes. Oh, and a quick tip, make sure you drain any extra liquid from your food scraps before you toss them. Now this is probably one of the biggest points of confusion for newcomers. Plastics. So let's clear it up. If it's something like a candy wrapper, a flimsy plastic bag, or anything that's really dirty and hard to clean, that's burnable. But if it's a container, a bottle, a tray, something you can give a quick rinse to, that's a recyclable plastic resource.
And that brings us right to our next category, plastic resources. This is all that clean plastic that's going to get a second life as a new product. And the key word, you guessed it, is clean. Seriously, a quick rinse is all it takes, and it's so important because it stops one dirty item from contaminating a whole batch of recyclables.
And for plastic drink bottles, or PET bottles as you'll see them labeled, it's super simple. You just have to do 3 things. First, take off the cap and peel off the label. Fun fact, those are also plastic resources, so they go in the same bag. Second, give the inside a quick rinse. And third, crush it flat. Easy, and it saves a ton of space. All right, next we have cans and glass bottles. These guys are often collected on the same day. Just remember to give them a quick rinse and pop them into separate containers at your collection spot. So what counts as a small metal item? Well, here's a good rule of thumb. If it's mostly metal and it's shorter than 30 centimeters, that's about a foot, it belongs here. We're talking about things like old pots and pans, or even just the metal frame from a broken umbrella. Okay, so we've got the weekly routine down. But what about those other things that pop up now and then? Let's talk about the special items that need a little extra care. All right, let's start with batteries. This one is really important. You absolutely cannot just toss these in the regular trash. Why? Because they're filled with hazardous stuff that can leak and seriously damage the environment. So, rule number 1, batteries never, ever go in the burnable garbage. So what do? Well, for those rechargeable batteries, the ones from your old camera or laptop, look for these little recycling symbols. You'll find special collection boxes for them, usually bright yellow ones at electronic stores or even your local supermarket. Now, for the little button batteries, like from a watch or a calculator, there's one extra crucial step. You have to insulate them. Just take a small piece of clear tape and cover both sides. This stops them from accidentally touching other batteries and creating a short circuit, which is a real fire hazard. Once they're taped up, you can drop them in the designated collection box.
Spray cans are another one where safety is key. First, and this is super important, make sure the can is completely empty. The best way is to just use it all up. And please, do this outdoors, far away from any open flames. Once it's empty, pierce a hole in it, then put it in its own separate, clear bag for collection.
Okay, so what happens when you need to get rid of something big? Like something that definitely won't fit in a garbage bag? Well, that brings us to our next topic, gomi, which is just the term for oversized trash. So how do you know if your item is officially sodagomi? It's actually a pretty simple rule. For anything made of metal, if the longest side is over 30 centimeters, it's oversized. For everything else, we're talking wood, plastic, you name it, the magic number is 50 centimeters.
And here's the deal. You can't just put these big items out on the curb. You have to schedule a pickup. You can do it online or by phone. They'll tell you how much it costs, and you go buy a special sticker for that amount from a convenience store. Slap that sticker on your item, and then you can put it out on your scheduled collection day. All right, we've covered a lot, but you're almost there. Let's just quickly recap the golden rules to lock it all in. This is how you master the system. Really, it all comes down to just a few key things. Number 1, know your collection days. Super important. Number 2, always rinse your recyclables. Number 3, be extra careful with things like batteries and spray cans. And finally, the most important rule of all, when in doubt, just look it up.
And speaking of looking it up, here's the best tool you can have. Just scan this QR code right here. It'll take you to the city's official English sorting guide and app. Seriously, you can type in any item and it tells you exactly what to do. It's a lifesaver to have on your phone. With this, you're officially a Yokohama Garbage Pro. Thanks for tuning in. Now go on, go sort something.